are you? What's going on? Why? Yep. My first reaction is no. That their defense to your claim would be that you were trespassing. Of course, you could try to argue that you weren't a trespasser because you were on the lease, but then they'd argue the lease was ended and that the place locks were changed and you should have known that you were not allowed to re-enter. Well, we're off this Sunday, so you have time to mend. So if you need anything, what hospital are you in? A place I wouldn't go to die. Make sure that if you are having continuing problems, that you talk about getting transferred to a better medical center. If it doesn't look like you're making a quick, mend. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye. I sued that hospital more times than I care to remember.
Yeah. Do you see?
Not yet.
I didn't come through yet?
Hello? Hi, this is Dean Weitzman. How are you? I'm good, thank you. So I spoke to State Farm last night, and they moved from their last offer, which was $50,000, to this offer, which is $75,000. I said to the adjuster that I thought that was still not enough, and she said, well, that's all I have, and that if the client wants more than that, file suit and send me a courtesy copy. So hi, Sinead, this is Dean Weitzman. How are you? I'm good, thank you. So I spoke to State Farm last night, and they moved from their last offer, which was $50,000, to this offer, which is $75,000. I said to the adjuster that I thought that was still not enough, and she said, well, that's all I have, and that if the client wants more than that, file suit and send me a courtesy copy. So I think whether you want it or don't want it, I wanted to drill down with her to make sure that this wasn't their final offer before litigation, and I think it is. If you say, Dean, I accept the offer, then we would we would get some paperwork signed called a release. The release would be sent back. They'd send us a check for $75,000. We'd have it probably within about 2.5 weeks. Once we have the check for $75,000, we're going to distribute it, and the distribution means that you're going to get paid $75,000 less legal fees, legal costs, and any unpaid and outstanding meds. But understand this: as soon as we start to file that lawsuit, your costs will start to go up. Not dramatically at first, so it's not that big a deal, but just to file the lawsuit with the township or with the federal government, wherever we end up filing the lawsuit, it's going to cost you $500-600 to file the lawsuit. So you might, so part of this for sure is collectible. I just don't know how much, because I don't know how big our policy is, but I know it has to be at least $100, because they don't issue $80,000 policies. So they jump from 50 to 100, and then from 100 to 300, and 300 to 500. Right now, all we know is they have something more than 75. So at a minimum, it's 100. My answer is get another opinion, because when we go to a jury, juries like to see that you've tried everything, and they don't like to see when that there's a possibility you could be made better and that you haven't done it. So I say, if we're going to go down this path, that if you've got back problems that are causing you pain every day, and you've got nose problems that are causing you an inability to breathe every day, get them both addressed now. Because the only way you're going to be fully compensated for these injuries is if you actually have the surgery.